Okay, good afternoon to everyone. I'm Parindran, son of Ramasani. I'm one of the journalists from UM. So today our topic is job satisfaction and organizational commitment. We have three panels from OCFC Bank. And okay, let's move on to the topic. So as we know, job satisfaction is expressed as an attitude that raised by employees both negatively and positively toward their works. And we can say that job satisfaction can also be interpreted as a form of positive feeling that arises from someone as the result of characterized evolution. So people with high level of organizational commitment are more likely to stay with the organization for a long period of time and to be more engaged in their work. So both job satisfaction and organizational commitment are important for individual as well being for the overall success of organization. For my first question to the first panel, Mr. Jagadisan Chandrasekharan, General Manager of OCFC Bank, what are your think about the concept of theory leadership, the relationship of transformational leadership dimension and organizational commitment?
Well, thank you, Mr. Praveen, for providing me the opportunity to answer such question. A very good one, actually. Okay, first of all, the question regarding to us, there's two theories that we propose the meaning, which is one of organizational commitment and transformational leadership. But before I proceed to talk about the relationship between both of them, let me explain to you what is transformational leadership and what is organizational commitment on a basic level. Start off with, organizational commitment is an employee's identity, engagement, and devotion to their organization, whereas the transformational leadership is a style of leadership that emphasizes on inspiring and motivating followers not only achieve their goals but also seek their personal development and improvement as well. Okay, when it comes to how relatable between these two theories, I say the transformational leadership and organizational commitment goes hand in hand together. So which means the better quality the transformational leadership, the higher the organizational commitment. As I mentioned before, transformational leadership focus on not only the company's goals but also the personal development of the individuals who work on our bank. So if we keep our leadership on check and ensure everyone who work under our company feel happy about it, their commitments to our companies will be much better. I hope I answered.
Thank you so much, Mr. Jagadisan. That's a wonderful answer. So we can compare the transformational leadership and organizational commitment. So I pass to the next question. Okay, before that, I introduce the second panel. The second panel is the Ms. Nur Etisha, a human resource manager from OFC Bank. So my second question is, what is your point of view of theory relationship between job satisfaction and organizational commitments?
For Mr. Paravin as our journalist for today's interview. Okay, from my perspective, the concept of theory relationship between job satisfaction and organizational commitment is it can be based on inner satisfaction in the form of success in carrying out his task, extrinsic fulfillment in the form of suitable remuneration acquired for the work conducted, and satisfaction obtained from a supportive work environment. Next is organizational commitment. On the other hand, is when an employee feels emotionally attached to and loyal to their company. People usually think that companies who are happy at work are more likely to be loyal to their company. Overall, the link between job satisfaction and organizational commitment is important because it can have a big effect on how well an organization does overall. I hope my answer answered the question by Mr. Paravin today. Thank you.
Okay, before we pass to the third question, let me introduce the third panel, Ms. Usma, the supervisor of OFC Bank. Okay, my question is, what is the impact of to the organization related to the job satisfaction and organizational commitments.
Okay, thank you to our journalist for today, which is Mr. Paravin. Thank you for your question. So I will answer his question right now. As we know that job satisfaction is an emotional state that employees experience as a result of the rewards they obtain for the hard work they put in their job. And the first impact on the organization, which is the employees will work effectively to complete their tasks. And we know that this is happen when the employees are happy with the work they accomplish, and they may even take on extra responsibilities. If someone has a strong sense of commitment to the organization, they will go above and beyond to the progress it because they have a faith in it. The second impact is employees who are happy at work are more productive and contribute to the achievement of the corporate goals, and they are typically have less desire to leave the organization. For your information, managers have the assumptions that satisfied employees will be more productive than dissatisfied employees. However, if the employees are unhappy at work, it will have a negative effect for both, which is the individuals and the organization. So generally, unhappy personnel who leave their job will have a bad impact on organization, and individuals' job happiness in organization will differ. And the last impact, which is the greater the job satisfaction and organization's commitment of a company, the lower the employee's intention to change the job. So this is approved by establishing a negative correlation between organization's commitment and employees' absenteeism and turnover. Generally, the employees with high level of the commitment will have less absenteeism and longer average length of the employment. So that's all from me. I hope my answer is answering Mr. Parvin's questions.
Thank you to Ms. Usma. Okay, now we go to the fourth question. My fourth question is to Mr. Jagadisan, the General Manager of OFC Bank. What is your point of view about the impact to our society about the job satisfaction and organizational commitment?
It was a good one actually. So before I answer what are the impacts of job satisfaction and organizational commitment towards society, let me explain what is society meant. Okay, as far as we know, society is a term originated from a Latin word socius, which is a direct translation to association. Okay, society, and to put matter in perspective, society is not about an individual or specific set of individuals, but also the pattern of interactions, communications, and connection that come up with individuals as well. Hence, people are part of society. And society also is based on geography, race, religion, occupational status, and many more. Okay, as I explained the society, let's move on to the impact. Okay, first and foremost, the impacts of job satisfaction and organizational commitment towards society is with higher quality of life. Okay, how I say so? Okay, let's put it in a perspective. When an individual satisfied with the job that they're doing, whether it's a job that they love to do or because of the pay is good or both as well, this will lead them to live a fulfilling life as they're able to spend their hard-earned cash on whatever they desire. So this consequently would lead to high quality of life. Okay, and move on to another one. Another impact is the financial security of people and its society. Okay, consequently, with a strong financial security, society able to come up with various ideas for programs and projects which they could focus on the society's well-being. So consequently, a generation equipped with vast knowledge of society and its tasks, hence it will be directly correlated with the quality of life, and it also directly correlated with organizational commitment as well. Hence, as a society, we work as a team. So, organizational commitment, there is a teamwork involved. Okay. Moving on to the next impact. Okay, another impact that I'm going to talk about, it's going to mitigate the chance of corruption by employees. As we know, organizational commitment is about people who committed to their organizations and their cause, which means when their cause implement some certain specific code of conduct or honor or principles such as no under table dealings and such, when an individual practice it with their heart, keep them in their mind, aka people with high organizational commitment, the rate of corruption would drastically decrease, hence lead to, as the impact before, stable income, stable financial security. Okay, moving on to the next one. And the service provided to the people will be delivered in an efficient manner. When people are satisfied with their job, the quality of service would be better. And that's all. I hope I answered all your questions, Mr. Paravin.
Mr. Jagadisan. Okay. My last question is to what Ms. Etisha, which is, what are the alternatives you come up with to improve our level of job satisfaction and organizational commitments?
Thank you, Mr. Paravin, for this question. In my opinion, I suggest two suggestions to improve the job satisfaction among employees. The first one is creating a positive working environment. Creating a working environment is the first step in revising this condition. People think a pleasant work environment encourages employee growth, safety, and setting goals. A positive working environment has many benefits for both employees and employers. This kind of work environment could help employees be successful and happy at work and in their personal life. When employees are happy, they are more satisfied with their job. My second suggestion is giving rewards and recognition. Organization must decide how to inspire their staff members via incentive and recognition to get the most outstanding performance out of them. Rewards and recognition are essential for boosting productivity and inspiring workers. A reward is seen as a sign of appreciation, and recognition can have emotional, practical, or monetary value. As a human resource manager, I have seen a connection between workers' productivity and job happiness. So, when management cares about how happy or unhappy employees are with their job, it is kind to create more job satisfaction between our employees. It can increase productivity, less employees turnover, better attendance, fewer incidents, less stress at work, and less unionization. Employees who are unhappy with their job tend to have low morale, which is very bad. So, based on my two suggestions, I strongly believe it can improve job satisfaction among employees. I hope my suggestion can answer Mr. Paravin's question. Thank you.
So, panel's sharing session, we can summarize that it is generally believed that job satisfaction and organizational commitment are related to one to another, but they are not the same thing. Job satisfaction refers to an individual's overall positive or negative feeling toward their job. And individual well-being, all the performance of and company are dependent upon both job satisfaction and organizational commitment. So we can say that individuals who are devoted to their organization and content with their jobs are more likely to be productive and have a beneficial effect on organizational performance. Special thank you to Mr. Jagadisan and Ms. Etisha and Ms. Usma. Your knowledge and your experience is much appreciated. Thank you for sharing your opinion and your knowledgeable idea for us. Okay, thank you to Ms. Usma.
What a society made. Now let's come up with
And and the typical have less desire to salah ni.
Okay, before we go to the third question, let me introduce the third panel. Start balik.
Start thank you je.
Okay, a special thank you to Mr.